I'm not sure how many of you ever watched Postman Pat, but I can tell you that I used to be quite a fan of the show when I was little. Growing older, soon I moved on to more exciting things, but try as I might, I still had a soft spot for the show, even in my adult years. Postman Pat doesn't really air that often, if at all, these days, where I'm at, so it little remains of the series on how websites such as YouTube. One day, while browsing through YouTube and decided to take a look at some of these Postman Pat episodes, if only for the nostalgia value. To my surprise, one of the feature videos was Return to Sender, showing a very bad quality, black and white image of Postman Pat and Jess the cat. Cool, a Postman Pat lost episode tape, I thought to myself. Knowing about the craze, I decided to go check it out. I knew real well that they were just hoaxes and not too many creeped me out. Nevertheless, I looked forward to seeing what this demented soul had done to my Postman Pat. To my surprise, when I click on the video, I noticed an abnormally long timer, 12 hours to be precise. This was pretty unusual, but totally unheard of what most TV shows for lost episode hoax tape. However, such as a long timer, almost unheard of. There was no way I was going to sit through the entire 12 hours. I decided to watch as much as I could before I moved on. The video began with the bad quality black and white intro of the show, cheerful music playing in reverse. Other than that, the intro remained the same and soon cut to the beginning of the episode. The video showed Postman Pat standing outside of his house with Jess sitting on a basket nearby. The bad quality is still apparent. Pat held up a parcel in his hand, and there was nothing but silence for a good few minutes, as Pat stared lifelessly at the parcel. Quickly growing bored, I clicked on another video, which played as normal. I then began to dismiss Return to Sender as a really bad trolling attempt by some bored idiot, having seen and few in my time. When things started to get really weird, the video I was suddenly watched broke into static and changed to the picture of Pat staring at the parcel in silence. The timer once again changing to 12 hours. I was absolutely awestruck. This was impossible. Not even a virus could explain something like that. I quickly closed the window entirely, not wishing to continue any further. However, the window soon popped back up, and I found my mouse unable to work. Even using my keyboard did nothing, as the screen showed Pat staring at the parcel again. The 12-hour timer still counting down. I tried to switch my laptop manually off at this point, but the button just wouldn't work. It was then that the image finally started to change, as the video zoomed in on the parcel. The quality was still really bad, but I could see the label of the parcel stamped Return to Sender. The video just remained focused on that parcel as I heard the sound of weeping growing louder and louder. The parcel dropped to the ground in slow motion, and the sound of the cat hissing, then crying in pain, was unheard in the background. The video kept focusing on the parcel laying on the ground as the images began to flash on and off the screen. The pictures of mutilated cats, real and in color. Each image was only staying on for a few seconds, before disappearing. After a while, they stopped and the video switched back to Pat, who was staring at the parcel with his parcel, but had somehow appeared back in his hand. I noticed both in the basket and Jess were now missing from the scene entirely. Pat opened up the parcel and broke down on the spot, falling to his knees, covering his face and wept horribly, the parcel falling once again to the ground. A small fuzzy paw popped inside the lifeless. The video ended at this point, returning back to the 12-hour timer still going as my laptop finally switched itself off. To this day, I'm not sure what even happened or what the video was about. In truth, I don't really think I want to know anyway. If you should see such an episode on YouTube or any other site, I suggest you let it be. It's not worth it. You know what they say, right? Curiosity killed the cat.